Good afternoon, it's Bev at Planetcrochet. Before I start, none of this yarn is sponsored by anybody. I've got some cotton slightly off camera and my hooks are clover, and it's just my personal preference what I use in my crochet. Now what I want to do today is show you the different weights. I wanted all white just for aesthetics, nothing else, but I didn't have any white in the Aran, so that's why that stands out so much. When you're using different yarns for different projects, you get different sizes depending on the hook as well, but you do get different sizing and also thickness, and that's what the weight is of a yarn. It's not the size of the balls that you get, because like this one, I've used a little bit. This is 50 grams and these are 100 gram balls. I did find certain companies like Peter Pan, they'll do 50 gram balls. So if you don't need a lot for a project or you're doing lots of colours, it's perfect for that. Anyway, I've just looked off camera at Pinterest. I don't know if you use Pinterest, but it's very good for ideas, especially with crochet. And I've looked up a graph. Where's the thing on here? You see this number 6. Starcraft don't do it. That definitely doesn't do it. That one hasn't got it on. Now, not all balls of yarn companies put the number weight on the band. This one does, Aldi's does, but normally you don't get it. Now, if you head over to Pinterest, and I've put in weight of yarn hook size, because on a band, show you here on this one, there's your needles, knitting needles, and there's your crochet. Sometimes you don't get a crochet hook, but I always go by what it says in the knitting needles. It's usually about the same. But if you're unsure, you're following a pattern, do what the designer says, and then you do a gauge and see how tight or loose it is. See if you can get the gauge right. If you go on Pinterest, I've put in, like I said, weight of yarn hook size, and there is lots and lots of people that have put graphs up with a number. Now I'm in the UK, as you can tell, and I go on what it says on the band, which is wordage. So this is a thin one, it's 3 ply. Then you've got 4 ply, double knit, Aran, and this one calls it bulky, super bulky, but for the video I'm going to call it chunky. Off camera I've got cotton, the same. This one is 4 ply I reckon, because the hook size, it doesn't say it on, but the hook is a small hook, so I reckon that's a 4 ply. I know for a definite this drops is 4 ply. Then I have a Starcraft. Like I said, I like Starcraft. I think this is a double knit because it uses a 3.5. Yes, it says it there. Double knit, vegan friendly. It says use a 3.5. Depending on your project, you may use a smaller hook or a larger hook. This one is perfect for dishcloths and things like that. It's really rough and ready cotton. Or you know those trivet things you put under your pans, perfect for stuff like that, like it says dishcloths and crochet. Now it gives no hook. I reckon it's double knit, and I used a 4mm for that, but again it depends on your project what weight you're going to be using. 3, so that's the number, like there in that little yarn picture. Double knit DK light worsted, and that gives you a 3.75 hook to 4.5. Now on Starcraft it gives you a 4, says it there. When you use the 4 ply on this one, it doesn't give you a hook size to use, or it doesn't even say knitting needle. So what I recommend you do is head over to Pinterest or Google yarn weight hook size, because I did that earlier and it would just give me knitting needles and I'm doing crochet. For 4 ply it's giving the names sock, fingering and baby, and the hook size 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter. Now for this one, I've actually used a 4 millimeter because I've designed something and I preferred the 4 millimeter with it, and it made it just slightly lacy, if you like, you know, a little bit holy. So that would be my purple one. But normally I would use the purple, the 4, for this one. And for this one, like it says, what does it say on there? 3.5, so that's one of my red ones. 3.5. But you could go low as well as I've been going higher. Now, same with Aaron, I could do a 4, but on the back of it, I think it recommends a 5, which for me is the blue one. Now, if you've just got plain metal, sometimes they're coloured as well, so you get used to your hooks that you're using. I just really love these clover ones, so you can use that. Now, when I go to this one, it says 6 millimeter. Now, believe it or not, so my 6 I think is the green, no, it's the brown one. But what I've been using, where is it? I think I've been using this pink one. I've been using an 8. So it depends on your project, depends on the button band, also what Google or Pinterest gives you ideas. It's up to you how you do it. So the band says that one, but I used that one. Now, same like I said for this cotton, it says 2.5 to 3.5, and that's what that recommends. That's Schrappier. So we've got, I don't think I've put my 3, have I? Let's see here. So there's that one, and I've never used this one. That's really fine. So according to this, I could use 3, depending on your project. That's what it goes on. Unless you're just experimenting yourself, and the world's your oyster, just go for it. That one says 3.5, but I have used 4. And if you use higher size hook, as I've found, it just makes things a little bit bigger and also holier, if you like. It kind of stretches the stitch, which sometimes is really nice, especially in baby cardigans, because you want it a bit more airy as opposed to dense, and it depends on the stitch as well. Here in the UK, for a small stitch we say double crochet. In the US it's single crochet, so it varies. So that's your weights. You can get finer than 3. It says on here you can get 2-ply. Now I don't know, I don't think I've used 2-ply, and I know you can get threads, and I've seen people make earrings out of threads and things like that. Personally, it hurts my hands just to thinking about it. Whatever you're doing as a project, just what the designer says on the pattern, try that out. And most designs will say on a pattern, if you're, say you're using a double knit, it says 4 millimeter on the band, but the designer says 4.5. Now again, you do the swatch and you see what size that comes out at. If it's too loose, go down a hook. If it's too tight and you're not getting what it says on the pattern, go up half a hook size. You can go full hook size, but I recommend personally a half a hook size. And the chunky stuff, and this one, I don't think this is that chunky personally. It does crochet up chunky. I haven't got anything here to show you. It's all upstairs. But I've been using 8 millimeter. Perfect for me. That's it from me this week. I will try and do a video a week on different topics. That's it from me, Bev at Planet Crochet. If you have any questions about this video, please leave a comment under this video and I'll get back to you. I do like to hear from people from different parts of the world and how they get on with their crochet journey. Thank you for watching, and if you subscribed, thank you again. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so, This helps with my channel. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell. Bye for now.